The Lucy Show, starring Lucille Ball. Co-starring Vivian Vance.
Broad daylight? Well, I thought maybe we could twist this year instead of repeating that stale soft shoe. What are you talking about? The Scouts are having their annual fundraising show this Saturday night. Oh, my, how time flies. It seems like only yesterday that we laid that great big egg. Yeah, that's why I thought maybe we should do something different this year. Oh, listen, Lucy. Just for once, why can't we do what the other parents do? Sit in the audience, wincing and groaning. Let's face it, we're a couple of hams. I guess you're right.
Mom?
Hi, kids.
Hi there. Hi. We've been working out the program, and we got most of the talent lined up.
Oh, well, now, how does it feel to be big producers?
It's fun.
Yeah, there's no business like show business.
Well, now, have you got a lot of talent lined up?
Yeah. I'll be doing my dance number, and Jerry here's going to be master of ceremonies.
Master of ceremonies? Well, that's quite a promotion.
Now, the only thing we haven't got yet is an act to headline. A really big drawing card. That's where we need your help.
Yeah, well, you'll be very happy to know that we have something new for you this year.
And Lucy?
Well, okay, I guess I better stick with the old soft shoe.
Lucy, maybe we could do a Charleston.
Oh, then we could dress like flappers.
Oh, sure. A bum, bum.
Yeah. How about that?
Don't call us. We'll call you.
Producers are very hard to please these days. You said you needed our help.
We meant we wanted Aunt Lucy to help us by getting Ethel Merman for the show.
What made you decide on Ethel Merman?
We figured since Aunt Lucy is such a good friend of hers, she'd be easier to get than Captain Kangaroo.
Ethel Merman is a good friend of yours?
Sure. Don't you remember this Annie Get Your Gun album? To my friend Lucy, with kind appreciation, Ethel Merman.
Oh, well, it might be kind of hard for me to get Ethel on such short notice. You know how busy celebrities are.
But, Mom, you told me you were her very best friend, and there's nothing in the world she wouldn't do for you.
I said that? It sounds like you.
How about it, Aunt Lucy?
Well, now, are you sure you wouldn't rather have me and your mom? The audience would get more for its money. There's two of us. There's only one of her.
Please, Mom, this is our first big show, and we can't take a chance on unknowns.
Unknowns?
Will you get her for us, please, Mom?
Well, I'll see what I can do, but please don't expect a miracle.
I hope your feelings aren't hurt, but we're going to need you two for something a lot more important than acting.
Oh, really? You want us to stage and produce the whole show?
No, to sell tickets.
Oh.
Come on, let's get over to the auditorium.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, boy.
Well, Lucy, what do you hear from your old pal, the Merm?
Well, now, I did meet her.
Oh, sure. Where?
In Rudy's record store while she was autographing these albums.
When?
17 years ago.
And she singled you out of the crowd for her undying friendship.
Well, not exactly, but I was only 8 people away from her, and when I passed my money up to her and she passed my album back to me, she gave me a very sweet smile.
Oh, well, if you gave me $5.95, I'd give you the sweetest smile you ever saw.
Well, I better give her a call right now.
Call her? She won't remember you.
Why not? I remember her. For heaven's sake. Well, what am I gonna do? I don't want the boys to know I was fibbing. I promised to help them out.
The best way you can help them out is to sell tickets.
Oh.
Come on now. Let's get dressed and go down and see Mr. Mooney and ask him if he'll let a couple of unknowns sell tickets in his bank.
Oh, all right.
Ethel Merman is your best friend.
Well, now, I didn't say that.
She's my best. I know you're not.
So you see, Miss Merman, we're a very stable institution. We have assets of over $10 million.
Oh, then it's true what they say about banks. There's no business like dough business.
Oh, dough business. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, oh, wait till I spring that at the next company picnic. There's no business like dough business.
You don't have to laugh that hard. I've already agreed to be a customer.
Oh, yes, so you have. Well, as you step this way, Miss Merman, I'd like to get your address here in Danfield, please.
Well, I'm staying at the Elm Tree Inn, but that's only until I can find a house to rent.
Oh, well, maybe I can help you there, too.
Well, thank you.
Yes. But let me give you a word of advice. Don't let a broker tell anyone that he's looking for a home for Ethel Merman. Use an assumed name. If a homeowner knows that he is renting to a big celebrity, he will take you to the cleaners. So, you see, Miss Merman, I think it would be wise.
Mrs. Schmidlap. Agnes Schmidlap.
Oh, that's a lovely assumed name.
Thank you.
Well, now that we've cleared the... Oh, you'd better give me the address of your former bank, Mrs. Schmidlap.
Oh, you don't have to call me Mrs. Schmidlap.
Oh, yes, I do. Don't look now, but here comes the village blabbermouth.
Pardon me, Mr. Mooney. When you finish... Viv! Viv! What? Ethel Merman!
Oh, what? Oh, my goodness. Oh, what? Ethel Merman, what are you doing today?
You don't believe this? We were just talking about you.
Just this morning, we were talking...
Lady. I hate to disappoint you, but this is not Ethel Merman.
What? Not Ethel Merman?
My name is Schmidlap.
Schmidlap?
Agnes Schmidlap.
Well, you certainly look like Merman.
Believe me, I'm pure Schmidlap.
Well, for heaven's sake,
Can't
oh,
believe it.
my.
I sure am sorry you're not Ethel Merman because she is my favorite star.
Oh, mine too. I've seen every show she's ever done.
I've seen every one of them twice.
Really? You know, the one I liked best was Annie Get Your Gun. She was just marvelous in that.
Oh, yes, she was great in that, but she was absolutely magnificent in Call Me Madam.
Mrs. Schmidlap, if you will sign the papers, please.
Forget about the papers. What did you girls think about her and Gypsy?
Oh, brilliant. Just brilliant.
Brilliant, huh?
Oh, I tell you, when that girl comes out on a stage, she's just pure magic.
Magic, huh?
Oh, absolutely. When she starts to sing, I get all tingly. I don't even care if she doesn't have a good voice.
Let's sign those papers now.
It's amazing how much she looks like Ethel Merman.
Oh, I want to tell you, she sure fooled me.
Hey. Hey, Viv.
Uh-huh.
Listen, if she fooled us, she would certainly fool Jerry and Sherman, right?
What are you getting at?
Maybe I could get her to drop by the house and introduce her to the boys as my dear friend Ethel Merman. And then when they ask her if she can be in their show, she can say that she's terribly sorry. She's too busy. You know, that way I'll save face with the kids, and then you and I can step into the show as headliners, and everybody wins.
Everybody but the people in the audience.
Oh, stop.
Now, Lucy, what makes you think that Agnes Schmidlap would go through all that bother? You're a total stranger.
Oh, now, don't worry, Viv. I know how we can reach her. We? All right, how I can reach her.
Okay, now, while you're trying to reach Mrs. Schmidlap, I'll reach Mr. Mooney about helping us with the tickets.
Well, I think that takes care of everything, Mrs. Schmidlap. Thank you.
You sure do look like her.
Pardon me. Could I talk to you for a minute? Honey, how would you like to make $5?
$5?
Well, now, it may not sound like a lot, but all you have to do is come to my house and pretend to be Ethel Merman for 5 minutes. That's $1 a minute. I'll bet Merman herself doesn't make that much.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I can't...
Look, Mrs. Schmidlap, are you a mother?
Well, of course, but what's that
Well,
got
then
to do...
you'll understand. Now, you see, I'm in a spot. Ethel Merman once autographed an album for me, and, well, I told my little boy, Jerry, that she was a very dear friend of mine. And now he's putting on a show, and he wants me to get my dear old pal, Ethel Merman, to appear.
Say, you are in a jam.
Yes, I am. So will you help me out? All you have to do is say that you're too busy to do the show. It's just that I can't let my little boy know that I was fibbing, you know.
Oh, I understand. I once told my daughter that my best friend was Mary Martin.
Oh, boy. Oh, you really told one, didn't you? Well, will you do it?
Why, of course. After all, $5 is $5.
Sure, appreciate it. You ready, Bill? Here we are, Agnes. Just put your things there, dear. Now, remember, you just pretend you're Ethel Merman and leave the rest to me. Jerry!
Sherman, where are you?
We're up here.
Well, come on down here. We have a surprise for you.
Come on.
Jerry, Sherman, I'd like you to meet an old friend of mine. Say hello to Ethel Merman.
Hiya, fellas. Ethel Merman.
Gee, you look just like the album cover.
I told you we were very good friends.
Gosh, Miss Merman, are you going to be on our show?
Well, unfortunately, Miss Merman has a very busy schedule, and she will not be able to make it.
Oh, she's rehearsing for a television show that night, darling.
But it's for the Scouts. We're raising money to send underprivileged kids to camp.
Now, darling, Miss Merman is busy.
Oh, couldn't she change a rehearsal?
No, dear, you can't change your rehearsal, can you, Miss Merman?
You bet I can. I'd be happy to appear on your show.
Oh,
you don't have to do it, Ethel, just because we're such good friends.
But I want to do it.
Oh, boy, that's great, right, dear?
I'll say as long as we can't get Captain Kangaroo.
Come on, let's go to Scout headquarters and show Mr. Hampton the big news.
Mrs. Schmidlap. Just what do you think you're doing?
Well, you didn't tell me it was for underprivileged kids. It's for a great cause, and I want to help.
Well, if you want to help, why are you fouling up the show? Those kids think they're going to get Ethel Merman, and they're not getting Ethel Merman.
do you know that I'm really surprised? You look like such a decent sort.
Now, wait a minute. Maybe we could fool everybody. I look like her. Maybe I could sound like her.
Oh, for
come
gosh
now.
sake.
Well, maybe I could.
Oh, come on.
Look, Agnes, just because a couple of people happen to think that you look like Ethel Merman, don't get carried away. You think you can sing like her.
Hey, Viv. Viv, maybe we could get away with it.
Oh, are you kidding?
No, now listen. I certainly don't want to have to tell those boys that she's a fake.
No?
Now, listen. We could let her do one song at the end of the show. You know, and if the crowd gets ugly, we can sort of hustle her out the back door. And I could have you waiting in the car with a motor running.
It's worth a try.
Hey, can you sing it all?
A little.
All right, now listen. The boys are having a rehearsal tomorrow, right here at 3 o'clock. I want you here at 2.
I'll be here.
Okay. Agnes. I don't know what your little game is, but $5 is my limit.
Oh, I couldn't take money for this. Give it to the Scouts.
All right, that's more like it.
See you tomorrow at 2.
Okay. Hello, Agnes.
Oh, well, here I am. It's 2 o'clock.
Good girl. Let me take your coat.
Sure.
I suppose you're wondering why I asked you to come an hour early.
I'm dying to know.
I'm going to teach you to sing like Ethel Merman.
In 1 hour?
Why not? All you have to do is sing loud and sound nasal. I got rhythm, I got rhythm, I got rhythm. Who can ask for anything more?
That's the way Ethel Merman sings?
Sure, haven't you ever watched her in a Broadway musical?
Would you believe it? I never have.
Boy, are you a hick.
Well, I have seen her in the movie.
Well, good for you. Now, come on, let's get started. Now, first, I'm going to give you a simple little warm-up exercise. Now, listen to this, and remember, nasal, nasal, nasal. Think nasal. All right, now. La, 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 la. Try that.
La, 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 la.
Agnes, you got a nose. Sing through it. Oh, boy, have we got a lot of work to do. Haven't you ever had any singing lessons?
Never.
I believe it.
Have you?
How'd you think I learned to sing like this?
I'm sure it wasn't easy.
I happen to take lessons from the famous Dr. Gitterman.
Who?
You have never heard of Dr. Gitterman of the Danfield Academy of Voice?
No. But what do you expect from a hick?
Okay, let's get started. Now, look, Agnes. Working in front of an audience, you must have proper volume. You must be able to project in a theater. This is very important. A lot of performers don't understand this. All right, now, Dr. Gitterman has a wonderful exercise to develop volume in the voice. Now, I want you to say, oh, do that. Oh. All right, all right, all right. Ah, do that. All right, all right, all right. Now, I want you to put them together, starting softly and letting the tone out fully. Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. Well, maybe we won't have to worry about your volume. Now, I want to work on your tonal quality. I want you to repeat after me. Ah-ooh-ga. Ah-ooh-ga. Do that. Ah-ooh-ga. Ah-ooh-ga. Now, let's do a few of those. Ah-ooh-ga. Project. Ah-ooh-ga. Ah-ooh-ga. Ah-ooh-ga.
Auga! Hey, hold your hats, kids. We're going around a corner. Whee! Auga! Auga! Auga!
Auga! Agnes, singing is a very serious business.
I'm sorry.
Now, I want you to chew your tongue and hum.
Chew my tongue and hum.
That's right. Now, listen. All in here, very nasal. All right, all right. Now, listen to me very carefully. I want you to chew your tongue and hum and think of your voice as an umbrella. Now, do this with me. Now, open it up.
I had no idea singing was this tough.
You bet. It took years of practice to get my voice where it is today. But don't feel too bad, Agnes. Some of us have it, and some of us don't.
Well, maybe with a little practice, I'll get lucky.
Well, maybe. We got a lot of work to do. That's all I know.
Lucy!
never go.
Oh, I just came from the bank. May I see you for a minute in the
Not
kitchen?
now, Viv. Later,
Lucy,
honey.
Lucy, this is very
Viv.
important. I think I know something that you ought to know.
Viv, later. You're interrupting, dear.
Lucy, this is very important.
Well, Viv, it'll have her in a big jam. I'm never going to be able to teach Agnes to sing like Ethel Merman in time for the show.
Lucy, if you...
What is the matter with you? Now sit down, will you? I'll talk to you later. Good heavens, girl.
Okay. Have it your own way.
Now then, oh boy, I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Why didn't I think of this before? You know what we're going to do? We're going to play one of Merman's records backstage while you stand in front of the curtain and mouth the words. You think you can handle that, Agnes?
I'll try.
All right.
Lucy,
Please, some other time. All right, now, you better watch me first, because I know all the thing that the Merm does. I know just the way she stands, all the things she does with her hands and everything. Now, you watch me. All right, now play.
I got rhythm. I got music. I got my man who can ask for anything more. I got daisies in green pastures. I got my man who can ask for anything more. An old man trouble, say I don't mind him, 'cause you won't find him round my door. Who could ask for anything more? Who could ask for anything more?
That's what I was trying to tell you. I have never been so embarrassed in my life.
Oh, forget it, Lucy. You give wonderful singing lessons.
Oh, Agnes, why didn't you tell us you were Ethel Merman?
Well, it was all Mr. Mooney's idea. I'm going to rent a house here. And he told me if I used my real name, the price would go up.
Oh, that Mr. Mooney. He thinks everybody's as money mad as he is.
Say, we better get going. I better get my number started for the Scout show.
You mean you're still going to be in the show?
Well, if it's good enough for Agnes Schmidlap, it's good enough for me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ethel, this is going to be the nicest thing that ever happened to this gal.
Oh, it sure is. Who's that?
Oh, Mrs. Carmichael. Oh, may I speak to Mrs. Schmidlap for a few minutes, please?
You can drop that Schmidlap routine.
Oh, you know who she really is, eh?
Yes, I do. And thanks to you, I made a complete fool of myself.
You can't pin that on me. I just moved to town a year ago. Excuse me. Now, Mrs. Schmidlap, Miss Merman, I dropped over to tell you that I found a house for you.
Wonderful.
And the rent is very reasonable since I got to the owners before these two put it on the local teletype. There's just one drawback. The house won't be available right away.
Oh, that's okay. I'll stay at the Elm Tree Inn.
Oh, nonsense. You can stay with us.
Oh, I couldn't impose like that.
Impose? Why, for heaven's sake, it's the least we can do after what you're doing for Jerry and Sherman, right, Viv?
Oh, sure, we'd love to have you.
Sure.
Only where's she going to stay, Lucy?
In the guest room.
The guest room?
Yes, the blue room with the chintz drapes.
That sounds like my room.
Now, wait a minute. I don't want to put Vivian out of her room.
Oh, now she wants you to. She wants to have something to tell her grandchildren. She wants to be able to tell them that the great Ethel Merman slept in her bed. Don't you, Viv?
Yeah, I was wondering what I was going to tell my grandchildren.
Well, if you insist. You know, to tell you the truth, I'm awfully sick of hotels.
Yes, well, then it's all settled. Mr. Mooney, how long are we going to have the pleasure of having a big Broadway star under our roof?
Yes, how long are we going to have that pleasure?
Oh, not very long. The present tenants will be out in 3 or 4 weeks.